Yes, people, welcome back to my channel at Big Steve MCFC. Something unusual, something different for my channel. We're actually going live for a change. We're actually going live, and I have got my good friend Daps. What are you saying, mate? How are you feeling?
Do you know what I was actually going to say to you about going live? The mad thing is, I was thinking this afternoon, do you know what, Steve? You should go live on your channel, as you can't do much on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm banned from Instagram today. Them Arsenal tears are really like, it's literally, there's more tears from Arsenal now than there was water running down the roof at Old Trafford the other night. So yeah, man, listen, let's get into it. You know, they said a few weeks ago, Manchester City's run, it's going to be tough. They said Brighton away on a Thursday night, not going to get anything at Brighton. We won. Then they said Nottingham Forest are fighting for their life. No way you're getting anything at Forest. We won. Then they said Wolves beat you at the Molineux. They're going to come to the Etihad. It's difficult. We flattened them. Fulham away. Yeah, Fulham away is always hard. That's going to be the toughest test. We flattened them. And then Tottenham away. Oh, yeah, you never win at Tottenham. Blah, 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 blah. We beat them.
The thing with Tottenham as well, though, Steve, is Tottenham away was supposed to be about 4 games ago.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It got moved as well. It's like, just throw that in there just to make it harder.
Best thing is, these Arsenal fans spend more time cheering on other teams to beat Manchester City than they do actually focusing on their own team coming to the Etihad and getting a result. So if they'd have come to the Etihad and put it on us, like I said they should have done, and got a result, they'd have pushed Manchester City 3 points away. They could have lost to Aston Villa, and it'd have all been in their hands. But guess what happened? They fucking bottled it again. Absolutely bottled it. Have I got a bottle here? Yeah. They bottled it here. Absolutely bottled it. But last night, mate, I can't lie, it was a weird one. We got to the pub outside Tottenham, and it was weird. Like, the City fans were nervous. It was a bit like Newcastle away before we won the Aguero moment. The City fans were a bit nervous, and the Tottenham fans, they were just like, listen, we're not asked. Just go and batter us. And like you say, even in the away end, I can't lie, early doors. On the concourse at Tottenham, it's mint. Everyone's banging on the shutters and that. It's fucking going off and that. Yeah. But everyone was just literally like a little bit nervous in the ground. You know what I mean? What did you think watching the game? Could you sense that?
Yeah, I was shitting it. I'll be honest with you. When you said you had a spare, I thought you weren't going. I thought your back was still bad, yeah. But also, the reason, and it was partly, I was too nervous to go, mate. I'm going to be completely 100 with you, yeah, because I was just thinking of last year, and you got to remember when we played them in the FA Cup earlier in the season. I was fine going to that, but I was just, all I could think about was last season, and last season not just on the pitch, but then the next day waking up knowing we'd lost to Tottenham. Also, the fact we faced them charges, and I wasn't in the best of places myself. I just thought, I can't. I'm too fucking... Like I said to you last night, I'll be honest, mate, I shit it. I didn't want to go. I was fucking too nervous. And I sat here, watched it by myself. Cass was out there. Until we scored. And it was... Do you know what the first half felt like a bit? First half felt a bit like the first half against Inter.
It was... Do you know what? It was... My fucking back was killing me, right? I can't lie. So my mate was driving down with a few lads in one of them vans, you know, with the seats in the back and all that. So I said, look, if I get an hotel near the M1 somewhere, can you pick me up? Because I can't get on tubes and that, my back's fucked. I gets in there, I got to the ground, started walking to the ground. I could feel my back. I thought, you know what? I'm just going to have to take it easy. A lot of people were talking to me, but I was just spaced out. I was on that many pills. But it was literally like... You just got to get you know what? We've got to give credit to this team. We've got to give credit to... There's always a point, I think, in the season where privately, not publicly, privately, in our own thoughts, we all think we're not going to win the league. We're not good enough. We're not doing it right. Do you know what I mean? We always think that. I remember last year, Forest, and I remember this year, I thought the same. Last year, he changed the system.
Phil, Steve, you know what it was last year, yeah? It was the game after Forest, right? Leipzig away, yeah? And first half, we were 1-0 up, looked really good. Second half, we drew 1-1. And me, you, and I think it was Dean, stayed at the end when all the other City fans were walking past. And me and you were pissed off. And everyone was going, no, it's fine. We'll take them back to the Etihad and smash them. And remember, me and you were saying to everyone, yeah, that's fine, but we're not just trying to beat Leipzig at the Etihad. We're trying to win a fucking treble, right? We're trying to win the Champions League. We're trying to win the Premier League. And performances like that in the second half just are not going to be good enough. And do you know what? Yeah, I said this the other day on my channel. I did an upload, and I said the last time, 13, 14 months ago, around January, February last year, everyone was saying, 2023, City don't look like the same team as they did in 2022. And I was saying, yeah, but you know when it hits that right time, and they would go, no, you don't look the same. It ended with us winning a treble. Now, the last live I did, which was back in probably late January, early February, yeah. In fact, the last live I did is when we beat Man United in the derby, whenever that was, right? And at that point, everyone was still saying to me, "You don't look the same team as you did last season." And one of the last things I said on any stream was, "But you said this last year, and you said this a year before, and you said this a year before that." And what I think is astonishing, yeah, is just how Pep and the team know when it is time. They know when it's right. There cannot be any more slip-ups. And if you think back to the last international break, what Rodri said as they went away to it, we've sat, we've had a chat, we've all agreed to go and rest as much as we can. We know it's international football, but we know we are where we want to be. But when we come back, we have to push it up to a different gear. And once again, it's exactly what they've done. Like, if you look at the results, people say that teams have been rolling over to us. They haven't. We've been fucking rolling teams over for absolute 4-0s, 5-0s, 4-2s. We've just been blitzing absolutely everyone put in front of us. And do you know what it is? We haven't ever won at Tottenham's ground in the league before, the new ground, right? But do you know what? We've never had to. And this is the one thing I always think. We do things we have to do when we have to do them. That's the difference. And I think that's what it was yesterday. That's what it was in the Champions League final. We realised we can win in any way. And you know what? I think Rodri said it after yesterday's game. Ortega, prime example. Ortega is not our first choice goalkeeper. I think we got him on a free. But same mentality. Comes on and puts in a performance like that. Because he just knows everyone at this club know what we have to do, and it's win. Even if you look at the young lot, it's just inbred into anyone at this football club now. The mentality is just leagues apart from anything in this league. Look, Arsenal have done all right, haven't they? They've done all right, but they will say we lost it at Villa.
Fuck them cunts. I don't even want to talk about them. Listen.
The truth is they haven't done enough, because they'll say Fulham, but I mean they'll say the loss to Villa. But the truth is, since we lost to Villa, we haven't lost a game.
Yeah, right? No, it's our mentality is the issue. But they've got a world of problems over there. Yeah. But what happened with us is last season, Pep needed to change something, so we changed it. We went with a flat back four of centre backs, and we changed it, and he won. I feel like in this running now, he needed to change it. And I feel like we've seen against Forest, he played Guardiola further up on the left wing, and he put Jack Grealish inside a little bit. And then he did it with Doku and Walker on the other side a little bit. But the key for me, I feel like, I've got to give special mention to Akanji, because I feel like
100%.
For the last 2 seasons, his life's been turned upside down. I think he's got to move to Man City. He was in dreamland. He's probably thought he was only going to play a bit part. He's literally improving. He's intelligent. He can play anywhere. He's under Pep. He's been brilliant.
Remember Palace, Steve? Remember when he came on in that second half against Palace and he played on the left? And he was
he can play anywhere. But there's another key issue. I feel like in the last few games, in the last 10 games, Mateo Kovacic has come in, and he's turned the dynamic in that midfield around. Yeah. Instead of Rodri having to cover all that ground and be that man, you've got Kovacic just nicking the ball off people, driving it into little gaps, winning it, keeping it simple. He's almost like a Gundogan style, without the goals, but he's so important. And you know what? This is what Pep's bought him for. People looked at the signing of Kovacic and thought, why has he bought him? It's the experience and it's the leadership in the last 10 games. Look at Kovacic now. He looks a different player.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, something, consider it. Do you know what? You know when you said before, City have not been the same? I actually think that treble season last season has made the levels go so high that we're comparing it to that. I think if we don't win the treble last season, we're looking at this season as being fantastic and we're going to win the league. And I just think that's credit to Pep and everything. But I just feel as fans, we knew what was coming. We're calm, we're relaxed. We knew what was coming. I walked in that away and last night, a lot of people come up to me and go, Steve, how are you feeling? I didn't feel nervous. Like, I just felt not cocky, but like
confident.
I'm walking in there with an elite mentality because I've seen what I've been in the last 6 years. So I know what the players like.
Do you know what? Right, I say this in other walks of life. When people go, "Why are you so confident about this?" Because I'm not a spring chicken, right? I've been round. Do you know what I mean? You know when you've lived something, that's why you're confident. A great example would be Tyson Fury. I can't believe Tyson Fury walks into any fight thinking, oh, this guy might throw something at me that I'm not too sure about, because he's been there, he's done it. And I think that's the same thing. Do you know what I also think? I was thinking this earlier on. If you think over the last few seasons, City's back four, you're going to go straight away, right? Stones, when the matters. When it gets to the business end of the season, you're thinking, right, it's going to be Diaz, it's going to be John Stones, it's going to be Kyle Walker, then it's going to be either Ake or maybe Vardy this season on the left. But what I've realised is it's almost like Pep and his team, because I have no doubt some of his coaches are involved in this as well. They use the first 4 or 5 months of the season to work out who they can put their trust in. And that's why you've seen it in this back end that, Stones has been fit, but he hasn't played that much. Because do you know what? Pep's thought with Akanji, Ake, I can trust you lot. You lot have earned my trust this season enough that I think Akanji, for me, behind obviously Foden and Rodri, I think Akanji, and maybe Vardy as well, I think Akanji might have been one of our best players. He's been, and I'll be honest, I was always saying he's our fifth choice. He's come in this season, and it's the way he's learning to play every single role. We've got to think that Akanji hasn't only played centre-back this season, hasn't only played right-back this season, he's played left-back this season, and it's his first season trying to do the John Stones role, where you're coming into midfield. And
it's a squad thing as well. Like, if you look at Stones, and you look at Ake, and you look at Guardiola, and you look at Akanji, they're all playing out of position.
Yeah.
Stones can go right back, centre back, centre mid. Akanji can play all across the back. Ake can play left back, centre back. And City squad's the smallest. This myth about having two players in a position is bullshit. It's the smallest, but he's versatile. Rico Lewis can play right back. He can play in the midfield. Do you know what I mean? And there's another person I want to mention that I feel like he got a little bit. He's had an up and down season. He burst on the scene, Jeremy Doku. So exciting, different to what we've seen. We were used to the slow build-up with Grealish and Mahrez, keeping control. We had Jeremy Doku, who was like a puppy in a kitchen chasing a ball. He's bouncing all over the fucking place. We loved it, We loved it until there was games where we needed to score.
Yeah.
We bring him on, and he's hitting the last man. He's running the ball out of play. He's crossing it over everyone's head. And people are like, hold on a minute, is Jeremy the man? But what I've got to give credit to him, the Jeremy Doku I'm seeing now, the Jeremy Doku I'm seeing now is fucking dangerous, mate.
Yeah,
he's dangerous. And he knows when he's coming up to a dead end, instead of trying to bulldoze through the dead end and get a fucking goal kick, he's laying the ball off and we're starting again. He's dropping a bit deep. He gets the ball again. And last night, that ball from the header from Haaland on the touchline into Foden, the one-touch pass. But Doku knew, do you know what? I'll be clever here. I'm not going to show him. I'm not going to show him where I'm going. And then bang, the foul. And I just was so happy for him at the end. I could see his face. He looked over to Pep on a bench and he went like that, as if to say,
do you know what? I think that's the thing that people need to remember with him, right? Is when he arrived at City, he went straight in. If you think Leroy Sané, when he arrived at us, right, he didn't really start featuring too much until January, February, when Jesus arrived. Right, because he was a bit homesick and whatever. Doku's arrived in England, been thrown straight in the deep end. Obviously, a treble-winning team, wanting to impress, but he has he seems to be learning quickly. And what I've thought that I think's Pep's so clever with him is everyone now knows with Grealish, when Grealish plays on the left, right, what's going to happen is he's going to get in a position and basically he's going to draw a couple of men out of position, then he's going to pop the ball inside someone. But because everyone knows he's going to do that, they're no longer double up on him. He's not pulling as many people out of position. Whereas with Doku, the thing is that I've watched it when he's been coming on. They have to double up on him because they don't know. If he goes on the left, he's beating us. If he cuts inside, and we need someone there to cover him. So they are having to double up on him. And that means then it can take him on the outside, or if he does bring him inside, because he's pulled one man out of position. Just to say on Grealish, though, I honestly, next season, Steve, I want to see Grealish play in an 8 role. I really do. I want to see Grealish play a bit deeper and in the middle. I think it could work.
That might be an option with Jeremy now.
Yeah.
It might be an option.
Yeah.
We've spoke about it. I know we've spoke to his dad a few times and we've mentioned the 10 role and stuff to him. He don't really give much away, his dad, you know what I mean? Nah. He's probably just fortunate, and Jack's probably just fortunate to be there. Yeah. But I feel like next season, there's going to be a few changes. We've seen Savio and etc. coming in. We can't forget we've still got one game to go at home to West Ham. But if we could have picked a scenario, beginning of the season. This is the scenario we're in it. Yeah. I feel like Erling Haaland, he got a bit of shit off Roy Keane. It's a vendetta against him because of his dad. Yeah. I mean, it's sad that a grown ex-player has to put it on a young kid like that. But the guy's proving him wrong by scoring goals. He's smashing it down everyone's throat. Last night, when we needed it, he apparently don't come in clutch. Apparently don't score in big games. He scored against every single team in the Premier League, by the way.
That second penalty was mint as well, by the way.
Fucking mint. 66 goals in 65 games. And then last night he scores again, early doors to settle the nerves. His link-up play, we don't really need his link-up play, but it's getting better. Kevin De Bruyne, again last night, he was huffing and puffing in the midfield, but, we
still
need
got
him.
the assist, yeah.
Big up to the super chat from Erling Haaland, 199. I love Kung Fu fighting Doku. Yeah, listen, it's mad. But then the game had a madness in it, yeah? Edison. Now, I love Edison. I love Edison, and I feel like he's one of the lads, and he's fucking mint. And he won. And seeing him pissed off when he come off, that's not because that's because Edison's
he was
not
upset,
like.
though. He was upset.
Edison's like Edison's a fucking fighter. So he's had a smack in the face. He's got a black eye, but he's probably thinking, "Fuck it, I'm ready for it." But City and the doctors, they've got to make a decision. If God forbid anything happens to Edison, the shit's going to hit the fan. So what they did is they said, let's get him off and let's fucking... And mate, Ortega, right? I've never been as more comfortable with a number 2 goalkeeper in my history of City. We went from Zach Steffen, we've gone from Claudio Bravo, and then we bring on Steffen, who's at number 1 anywhere in the world is a number 1. Yeah. Akanji, not put a foot wrong all night, drops a bollock, Son's running 1-on-1 through, right?
How many times has he done that to us, Steve? How many times has Son done that to us?
82nd minute, my heart's dropped, And there was a lad next to me, big up Tyson, and he said to me when Ortega came on, he said to me, Ortega will save us in this game. He's fucking mustard and all that. And that save, mate, to get down that low with his leg. I don't know what he was doing, but that save.
There was another one earlier as well. There was another one where we nearly got megged as well. But I just think with Ortega as well, I think you're spot on, by the way. He is, when he arrived, I'd been told how good of a shot stopper he was. And we saw that very quickly. But he's getting better and better and more comfortable with his feet. And the defense is getting more comfortable knowing he's good with his feet. But he's just top tier, man. He really is. He really, really is. And do you know what? On the Edison thing, when Edison got injured, I'm pretty certain it was Chelsea at home. Edison got injured in.
Can't remember.
Was it? There was a game where he got injured in, and he stayed on, and he fucked up, and the team scored, right? And then he got substituted afterwards, right?
Yeah.
Now you wouldn't have seen this at the game. But, you will have seen him slip over. The first thing he did after he got up, he took a goal kick and slipped over. But then what you wouldn't have seen is the camera went on him, mate, and he was going like this, shaking his head all weird, like trying to, you've got, I don't know, a fly in your eye or something. He was shaking his head and the camera went on him and I thought, yeah, we need to get him off ASAP. And you could see, I think, apparently if he would have come off with a concussion, he wouldn't have been able to play for a certain number of days or weeks or something.
Yeah, there's something weird like that. But it's so hard to keep a second choice goalkeeper like that happy because he deserves to be number one.
Do you know what? I'll tell you what I think is going to happen. I think you've heard it as well. Edison, I believe, a new contract's already been agreed with Edison, up from what I've heard. I think the start of next season, Ortega will start in goal for us because I think Edison is of an age now. Edison loves City. His missus loves Manchester. They're happy. They don't want to go nowhere, right? I think he'll sign a new contract. He'll know, yeah, I'm seeing out my career until a point where maybe I do go abroad and earn a bit more money. He's cool at City. I think Ortega will start next season. Now, I think Pep will say to him, look, you're going to be our first choice in the league next season, because I think this season's proven to us we do need a second choice goalkeeper, or we do need goalkeepers.
I've got a feeling. Big up Jeremy Kuhn. Ortega went proper Keanu in the Matrix. He did. I don't know how he got that low. I've got a feeling, it's been this link with Bayern Munich. And I feel like if he can become Bayern Munich's number one, maybe. I feel like he's going. I feel like he's going. But there was also a link the other day with Edison with Saudi Arabia. Now, you wouldn't rule Pep having a madness and just saying, right, well, I'm selling Edison because I'm making Ortega number one and True Grant is going to be number two. You just don't know the way it works. But I've just got to give him his props because
I'm real.
To sit on a bench and in a game like that and just come on and just think, you know what, I'm having like that.
Yeah,
it was insane, and like you could see Pep's body language when he lay on the floor when Son went through. You know what I mean? And then the game goes on.
Pep and Son afterwards, by the way, at the end of the game.
I've seen him. I've seen the Tottenham manager having a right fucking paddy, but at the end of the day, mate, you don't get it. He's a manager. I get what he's saying, but the Tottenham fans ain't having Arsenal winning that league.
Do you know what? I'll be honest. The same way, what really confuses me is Arsenal fans have been going on about how Tottenham fans are acting, right? But Arsenal... Have you froze? Am I still here?
We're back. We went out there.
We're back, yeah. What I was going to say is...
I'm there.
Arsenal... Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me now? We caught up?
Yeah.
Arsenal fans moaning about Tottenham fans in the way they were. But the same way, Arsenal fans were doing the same thing. A guy at my work who's an Arsenal fan went to the game yesterday, and I go, where did you even sit? He goes, well, I had to sit in the top. He goes, I was there to cheer on Tottenham. I thought, so you're basically doing the same thing that you want to criticise Tottenham fans for doing. Like it's just, I think the media latched onto it. TalkSport, of course, as usual, they latched onto it, and they just made a bigger deal out of it. But it's this thing. I was saying to, I've said to you before, Steve, a lot of my mates are Arsenal fans. I'm in a group chat with them all. By the way, they haven't said a word in the last 24 hours. Not a single word has been said in the group chat, right? But they were going on about everyone's rolling over for City. And I go, no one's rolling over for City. And then they started going on about the fans. I said, okay, well, maybe the fans. But the fans mean, look, how many...
Here's one here now, look, Noah. Kudos and Bowen will slay the slimy cheating blue. Why didn't your players slay the blue shark at the Etihad? If you'd have spent more time in our own half, instead of shitting yourself in your own half, you might have won the league. But Bowen and fucking Kudos ain't saving you. You're another salty Arsenal fan who's going to spend next Sunday in his bedroom crying his fucking eyes out, singing North London forever, whatever the weather, Trevor. Now fuck off to AFTV because we don't want you in here, mate.
We've got Super Mick Arteta. He knows exactly what you need to wobble your
you need
fucking
a
head.
fucking miracle. That's what you need
to do. but the thing is,
block him, mods. Block him. We don't want gimps like that in the chat. Move him on.
All of this stuff, though, like about, and that's the other thing that makes me laugh as well. Do you know what? Arsenal fans this season, they actually haven't spoke 115 and spoke about all that crap. But it makes me laugh the minute that you haven't won anything, you want to talk about that. The same way they want to talk about Tottenham throwing it. No. Right. It's very simple. Cup competitions are a bit different. Yeah, cup competitions can be a little bit different. A league is 38 games, right? Get the most points, get the best goal difference, you win it, right? You can't say, and this is the one I've heard, oh, but Arsenal deserve to win it because they've won the most games, they've scored the most goals, conceded the least. Well, if you haven't got the most fucking points, you don't deserve to win it. I don't know how this new narrative of if you do this, this, and this, you deserve to win it. No. You deserve to win it by getting the most points or getting the best goal difference, right? Simple as.
Let's just have a big shout out to HSK there with $100. Is it dollars that? $100?
HSK might be, I don't know, mate.
But listen, I appreciate the super chat. Appreciate it. I thought Liverpool fans were the worst until I had the displeasure of seeing the most eluded fans ever at FTV and co. Listen, I've all year for 10 months, I've had nothing but grief off them. Every morning when I've woke up, I've had messages from them. I've had, honestly, the whole situation's boring with them. You're going to do this. They actually speak to me and treat our football club like we're a bunch of fucking mongs, yeah? So I've kept my powder dry. We've done the AFTV over the year and we've said what we need to say and they beat us at the Emirates and all that. But you're getting some medicine now. So yesterday, when I'm coming out the ground and I'm giving it you know, because you're singing that daft song, na 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 na, hey hey, waka waka, hey hey, 60 million down the drain. Man City's won it again. We're singing that on Sunday loud. So you better turn the telly up, yeah? Because all season we've had to put up with that nonsense that you've been speaking. What's happened? What's happened to rice, baby? We got him half rice, baby. What's all that about? So we got Mateo Kovacic, yeah? He's coming. He's going to win us the league. Mateo Kovacic will be sat there on Sunday with a medal round his neck and Rice will be eating a Muller Rice fucking hot pot in the dressing room.
Oh, the West Ham boys are going to love that as well, aren't they?
Remember, West Ham boys don't want to see him winning now, man.
No, exactly. Can you remember what they said to us at Upton Park when we played them at not Upton Park at their new gaff? We played them. I think it was around August, September time. Can you remember we were in a pub and one of them said to us, "If Rice left us, we were fine with him leaving us to win trophies. So we don't understand why he's gone to fucking Arsenal, right?" And do you
know why he went to Arsenal? Do you know why he went to Arsenal? Because he didn't fancy the battle with Rodri in the midfield. He didn't have the bollocks to say, I'm going Man City and I'm going to take Rodri's shirt. He didn't have the bollocks to do it. That's why he went Arsenal, because he looked at that Arsenal midfield and thought, El Nene and all them boys ain't got a patch on me. I'm playing every week. That's why he done it. So he needs to admit that. That's why he done it. They've had a good season. And Arteta said, 27 wins in 170 years, we are creating history. But apparently Man City's got no history. But we're beating their history because there ain't no trebles over there. Yeah. There ain't no Centurions over there. There ain't no four-piece over there. There ain't no European Cups over there. So they want to talk about
they never retained the league. They never retained the Premier League.
Talk about history, the Premier League. We've done more in 10 years than they've done in their whole 170-year history. Simple as that.
They've got to one Champions League final and lost it. One Champions League final. One semi-final. Right. Do you know what? Right. The truth is, Arsenal fans and Arsenal Football Club, you're no longer chasing trophies. You're not. You're chasing validation. That's the truth, right? Because do you know what, Steve? Are we a big club, mate? Or
fucking
do you know
massive, man.
Right, now, but ultimately, we don't care, right? But here's the thing. We've never been, I mean, we care about trophies, right? We've never been, we want to be big. We want to be seen as a big club. We just want to win stuff, right? And get pissed up at games, right? Whereas Arsenal have always Arsenal put themselves at a table with two teams that have won the most league titles, right? Arsenal put themselves at that table. And the truth is, they're not at that table. And now it's got to a point where Chelsea have come in. They're winning Champions League. City have come in, winning Champions Leagues, doing trebles, doing domestic. Arsenal fans used to laugh about, what's a domestic treble? Well, you haven't done a fucking domestic treble, let alone the main treble. Same way. What's a Super Cup? You wouldn't know about Super Cup because guess what? You have to win a fucking Champions League to get into the Super Cup. So all these things that Arsenal fans laugh at and how they want validation. They want, and that's why I've got people DMing me saying, do you respect my club? What type of shit is that? What type of
Listen,
shit?
it's the same. It's the same that's happening with the United fans, right? If a United fan has got to come on my page or your page and tell us that Manchester is red and tell us that this, that, and the other, then you've got a problem, because I ain't going on no Arsenal pages this year telling them about Man City. If they speak about City, I'll talk back and say, look, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. At the end of the day, right, this football club is a unique football club, right? It's a unique football club. And everyone that supports it, right, we've got this mentality at this football club that's different.
Yeah.
If we get relegated to the second division, we'll be there. We go to the championship, we'll be there. If they need us all around the world, we'll be there. But we're not entitled to anything. And they call me now, they go, oh, you're arrogant. That's not arrogance, that's confidence. Yeah. But if I've been for 30 years scared to go on the street because Man United have made my life a hell, you better believe that now I've got a team to be proud of. Now that I've got a manager to be proud of, now I can walk out. I'm walking out that street 10 feet tall. Now, I know I'm not daft. Football comes and goes. There's going to be a period where Manchester City, Pep will leave, Tixi will leave, De Bruyne will leave, Haaland will leave. There'll be a transitional period. Now, I'm not daft enough to think that that's not going to come. But I'm ready for it because I've seen more than I've expected. We'll take a step back and we'll go again. And if we lose a few Klingons on the way and a few glory hunters, so be it. So be it. I get it. You want to come for the ride and the trophies, but it's not always going to be like that. If you don't want to be in, you're either all in or you're all out. We're going to see whose balls are big in the next few years when it happens. But at the end of the day, we've never chased big club validation. We've never chased it. I'd rather be a small club winning trophies than a big club that wins now. Simple as that.
I always say it. Listen, that you can go gym, you can fucking take steroids, and then a little 5'5" fucker, 5'5" traveller can jump up, headbutt you, and fucking put you out, right? Yes, Dan Potts. I also think as well that someone said this to me the other day. I thought it's quite true, and it wasn't a City fan, right? They said Fergie and our time, Pep's time at City is compared to Fergie, right? But Fergie's era of domination came after United hadn't been up to much at all, right? You've got to remember, in our last 12, 13 years, 14 years, 15 years, we've won Premier Leagues under 3 different managers already, yeah? So all this, Pep, I think you're spot on, Steve. Look, will there be a period of change? Yes. Will there be a period of drop-off? Maybe, a little bit. Don't think it'll be too bad. But the truth is, we've already, in this era, we've already won the league under 3 different managers. So all this, when Pep goes, you lot are absolutely fucked. Well, listen, Pellegrini, no one was rating Pellegrini that highly when he came to City. No, not one person. Pellegrini came in first season in the Premier League, won it, right? And do you know what? You're right. With Tiki going, he's been unbelievable. But I remember saying this. We had this debate last year when we were on the way back from Munich, I think. Khaldoon put Tiki in that position. Khaldoon put Pep in that position. Khaldoon will do it again. Khaldoon will do it. He's already, look, you know this, Steve, already. Khaldoon's already replacing anyone that might be leaving anytime soon. I guarantee you, if you had Khaldoon's notebook, you'd have a list of people that he thinks might be suitable for Tiki's role, suitable for Pep's role, suitable for anyone else that wants to leave the club. It's just, it's run like a perfect machine. So I'm here for
listen, we're doing all right. We're doing okay. But listen, I've got to give credit where credit's due. I'm gonna speak about Arsenal's team. I feel like they've gone in the right direction. Any Arsenal fan that knows me, 3-4 years ago on the Big Six, I stuck up for Arteta and said, you need to stick with him. There's a good coach in there. And there's no shame in what Arsenal done this season. Last year when they were ahead, bottle it. Yeah, they did bottle it. And you've got to say that, rightly so. This year, what's happened was City just stayed on the coattails. When I said on the Big Six show that I thought Arsenal should have come to the Etihad and battered us or tried to, that would have pushed us away. You get 2 opportunities in the season to push this Manchester City team away. They beat us at the Emirates, but they were happy with the point. Now, the point, looking at the timing of it, I thought the point was not that one a good result. They slagged me off and said they said to me, "Oh no, you just want us to roll over." I don't want you to roll over. I was being honest and saying at the time, Man City wasn't 100%. A few injuries. Yeah. I thought if Arsenal had shown a little bit of fight and spirit, they'd have got a result, right? So, but I feel like Arsenal are only a striker away from winning the league. I feel like the Gabriel Jesus at 4 goals in the season is not good enough. I feel like the midfield is good. I feel like the back four is good.
Trossard's been clutch for them. Trossard has been absolutely clutch.
They need a strike. They need a strike. They've got to go and get Ollie Watkins. Yeah, maybe Ivan Toney, Osimhen, someone like that.
Ollie Watkins is leading the assist.
I just feel they've got to have 20 plus goals up front to win it. They've got to have 20 plus goals up front to win it.
Do you know what? I do think I said last year that Arsenal were an adolescent teenager whose balls hadn't dropped. They're overconfident, but their balls haven't dropped yet. And I'll admit it. I think they have taken. I do think they took the pain from last season, and I think they've used it well. I thought they were going to drop off. They didn't. They've kept going. And it hasn't been their 4-5-0 results that have impressed me. It's actually been their, I think they came from behind against, I think they scored a last-minute goal against Luton, last-minute goal against Brentford. Those type of performances made me think, do you know what, this Arsenal team, they're going there to the end. And they have. They've been there till the end now. But the truth is, what we've shown you once again is when you get opportunities. Remember what that Atletico Madrid fan said to us about Real Madrid, Steve? When you get an opportunity, you have to put every single nail in that coffin and then put some more. So they can't get out of that coffin, right? And I think that is it with City. When we're up, when our backs are up against a wall, you have to kill us off. Because if you do not kill us off, and do you know what? The only team that have done that in many years is Liverpool that one season. When we started off really badly that season and Liverpool just ran away with it. That's the only time it's happened. Only time it's happened.
I feel like we don't rush games now. What we do is we find our feet and we get the passing going. Last night, early doors, we couldn't get going. 2 or 3 passes, we couldn't do it. Yeah. Then all of a sudden, we started to ping it about a little bit and gaps started to appear. We're making Spurs chase a few shadows, and that's how we did it. We did it at Forest. The pitch was dry at Forest. There was arguments in the team. There's a kick-off at half-time and in the changing room. And then, we did it. And then at Fulham at weekend, Fulham were having a go early doors, but we ticked it over. And I feel like there's going to be nerves against West Ham. There always is. We've had the Villa game. We've had the QPR game. But that if, say, we're 2-0 down to West Ham on Sunday, God forbid. We said against Villa. Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is what I'm saying is, it could happen. Fully, it could happen. Even
this is what I'm saying. If it happens, no one's panicking in the stadium. No one's panicking in the stadium, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing we've got as fans. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. That is it. Even you look at it was Brighton away, wasn't it, where we went 1-0 down, and then we ended up winning. Was that Brighton? Sure, it was. Ended up winning 2 or 3-1 to win the league. It's just the know-how, and Rodri speaks on it. And I heard someone else say as well, the difference about if your plan A ain't working, you need to have a plan B. If your plan B ain't working, you need to have a plan C. I think it was Lee Gunner said it. What City have is if the plan A ain't working, they've just got players. And that's what you need. And when you look at City, we've got players that when the plan A isn't working, De Bruyne will step up. This season, if De Bruyne's not stepping up, Foden will step up. If Foden's not stepping up, Rodri will step up. Bernardo will step up. When you've just got those players that do you know what? Things aren't always going exactly the way they usually go for us. We've got someone that can just grab the game by its neck and just pull it over the line. And I'll be honest, Steve, I cannot wait for the weekend, man. And I ended an upload I did the other day saying this, that once again, because you know what? We think we're going to win the league, and I think we're pretty confident as well, both of us, that we're going to win the FA Cup. But growing up, right, we never dreamed of a league. We could just about maybe say we dreamt of a cup. I can't remember as a little kid dreaming of even a cup, right? But once again,
I remember Alan Hansen on Match of the Day tipped Man City to win the FA Cup one year. and I was buzzing with it. And it was the year we got to the quarter final against Tottenham, and Tottenham beat us at Bay Road, and it all kicked off on the pitch. All
the horses on the
pitch.
Yeah,
that was the season there, and I remember buzzing at that. I remember getting to quarter final of the Carabao as well at Palace, getting beat 4-1. Uwe Rosler and that. But listen, we're living in a dream world at the minute. We're living in a dream world at the minute.
And the way I see it is that, do you know what? No matter what, the last kick of the ball in this season, we're there, right? I'm not coming up to Manchester at the weekend going, yeah, do you know what? I'm going up there. We're not really playing for much. But I'm going to go up there. I'm going up there again to link up with all you lot, go to a game, excited about getting on the pitch for another season, right? And then the weekend after that, however next weekend ends, however it ends, the weekend after, we're going Wembley to play Man United at Wembley. And this is what football is about. Like, we're just living an absolute dream. And let's just quickly move over to the other team in the Northwest, not the Rags, the other lot. They've got fuck all to play for this weekend, mate. Absolutely. Their season is ending with nothing.
I feel like I feel like they're on a slippery slope. I seen pictures of Klopp stood in the stadium on his own the other day. Somebody's filmed him. He's in the centre circle on his own, just having a moment. Then he's in the cop on his own, stood in the cop on his own. Someone's filmed him. I think it was supposed to be private. He's probably just... Yeah. Listen, I don't mind Jurgen Klopp, I don't. And I feel like he's a good manager, and I feel like he's given us a rough ride, and he has tried his best in that. So banter aside, he is a sad addition to leave the Premier League. But I don't think this appointment of the Dutch kid is the one. But listen, I don't really know him. I'm there to be proven wrong. I'm not a fan of it. I feel like there's going to be an exodus there. I feel like next season's going to be Arsenal's best chance. Yeah. I feel like Chelsea can't get any worse. Man United can't get any worse. I feel like City next season. I feel like next season's Pep's last season. I feel like he ain't signing a deal. I feel like De Bruyne, Pep, Tixi, Bugastine, everyone's going to leave. And I feel like City fans have got to brace themselves for the end of next season to be a transitional period. And we've just got to embrace it, stick with the team. But like you said, we've got the cup final coming up. We've got West Ham at weekend. Everyone who doesn't know, there's going to be anyone that go into the game, Ancoats Square, which is about 2 miles away. 2 miles away from the ground. There's a square in Ancoats, Red Square, Ancoats Square, whatever. 11 o'clock, get there. There was a DJ on last time. It was nice. Everyone was sat about having a beer, chilling out. Great atmosphere. Then everyone headed to the stadium. So if you're looking for somewhere to go before the game, early doors, 11 o'clock, rather than sat in a boozer, if it's a nice weather, get to Ancoats Square. I believe there's going to be a coach greeting and that again by the 1894. So there's going to be all sorts going on. But listen, we've got to get the job done. We've got to get the job done. It's all right being confident. I'm super confident, but we've got to get the job done. We've got to get the job done.
100%. Do you know what it'd be? I was speaking to, the tickets guy, Man City tickets guy. And just earlier on. And he was saying, can we just do it easy this time, please? And I said, do you know what would be great? Yes, Luke. I said, it would be great to be 2-0 up at half-time. Beginning of the second half, we get a third. And then bring on Bob, bring on Rico Lewis. Do you know what? Give Scott Carson a fucking going between the pins. Just, it would be nice to, this time, just to be a nice, easy 3-4-0.
Nothing's ever easy though with Man City. You know the game. You know the dance, don't you? That Aston Villa one, I thought, fucking hell, I can't believe this. Mate. But the QPR one I couldn't believe. But this one, the Villa one, was like, oh my God, Coutinho as well. And I'm thinking, he's giving him. Gerrard's the manager. Coutinho scores the second. I'm thinking, it's written in the Scouse Stars, this.
But you know, I said this the other day. Someone had posted that saying the best comeback of all time. And I said, the mad thing is about that. And as me and you were walking away from the ground, we were looking at it and we worked it out. At no point on that day did we drop off of top of the league. No. But we just knew that we had to win it because we knew that Liverpool would score. But Liverpool didn't score against Wolves till very late on. And by that point, we'd already, I think, got 2 goals. It was either 2 or 3-2. But yeah, that day there. And yeah, but you look at West Ham and do you know what? It's the same as Queen's Park Rangers. We looked at Queen's Park Rangers and thought, yeah, this is a nice, easy one. So you're right. Is Paquette playing? Do you know? Is he injured at the
He
moment?
will be. He will be. I feel like, listen, I
Hand him
feel
over to
like
him.
we're in the position, we're going to wrap it up soon. I feel like we're in the position we needed to be. I feel like we always say, if Man City are on your ass in the last 10 games, you've got a problem. Do you know what I mean? And we've always kept it there. And, you know, we're privileged to be watching a fantastic football team led by a fantastic manager. We are.
Yeah.
We're looking at Erling Haaland, who's unbelievable. And you know, we just can't take it for granted. Alvarez comes in, does a job. Rico does a job. Bob does his job. Newcastle away, Oscar Bob last minute. You know what I mean? So everyone's playing the part. But we've got 2 more games, 2 more finals. We've got to win this league Sunday, West Ham. We've got to make sure that when match of the day goes off Sunday night, the last picture is of Kyle Walker, Kevin De Bruyne lifting the trophy. And then it's a full week's rest, and it's all eyes on the Swamp Dwellers next week at Wembley. No mercy. Fuck them. No mercy. And I want to go there and I want to give it them proper. There's no Champions League final the week after. There's no worrying about getting injured. It's literally flatten them, go on holiday for 2-3 weeks. That's what that needs to be done next week.
Do you know what you just said there as well about match of the day at the end? And that's something I've remembered the last couple of times we've won the league. Getting back to my hotel or my apartment after the game, because obviously it's a long day, and just sat there. I remember, I think it was Villa game, and I'd got back to my hotel and remember the City lot were having the after party in the reception, and you said to me, if you want, I'll message so and so and you can go down there. And I said, Steve, I've had a great day. I'm absolutely pissed out of my face. If I go down there, what's going to happen? I'm going to be in Jack Grealish's ear talking absolute shite, and he's going to think, who's this knobhead? Fuck off, right? I'm in my room. I'm watching Match of the Day. I'm about to watch the City Villa game. And that's what I want to be doing on Sunday, knowing that I've got Monday off work, and then I think 3 days at work, and then I've got Friday off work as well, so we can get down to Wembley nice and early, go and get some food, and look forward to beating them lot. Because honestly, I think we're going to batter them. I think we're going to batter them.
Listen, we've got one of the United mobbing, Jason McNeil, 199 super chat. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. Listen, you're always welcome in here. We have good banter with United and that, but listen, I feel like Pep Guardiola now is getting the respect he deserves. I feel like to keep this Manchester City team at the level they're at, they're not having a break like Liverpool, dropping in the Europa League, missing out on the top 4. We're literally at that level. And to keep the set of players motivated to the standard of this, and to keep replacing superstars, Gundogan, Mahrez, Sterling, all these players we get rid of, and everyone thinks we're going to have a drop-off, to integrate people to come in, that's not about money. That's not about 115 charges. That's about the best manager in the world creating an environment in a football club from top to bottom, creating an environment for everybody to thrive and for everybody to improve and for everybody to hit a certain level. Now, banter aside, you can call this football club what you want, but what Tixi Bergestein, Khaldoon, Pep Guardiola, all the way down the chain are doing is unbelievable. And now you look at clubs who are getting record points totals in the history of the club, and they can't get near this Manchester City team. That is exactly why Pep Guardiola and this squad deserves respect.
Do you know something as well? I had to say this to an Arsenal fan yesterday, is that if you take Liverpool as an example, because people will say in the Klopp era now, let's be real, Liverpool this season, Liverpool finished 3rd. Last season, I believe Liverpool finished 4th. Season before that, they finished 2nd. I think the season before that, they won it. Season before that, they finished 5th, was it? Or last season. But ultimately, what I'm trying to say is Liverpool have a good season, bad season, good season, bad season. And then they say, it's transition. It's because we're going through transition. Now, Pep has been at Manchester City for 8 years. And people say, but Pep got handed a squad that, were already winning stuff. We've got one player left at this club that was there when Pep arrived. One player, right? Kevin De Bruyne. Every other player in this squad, right? Pep has brought in. Pep's had to replace players, and there's been no room for a drop-off, because if we think about it, the biggest drop-off was his first season when we came third. After that, first, second, first again this year, while constantly keeping that squad motivated, replacing players with players that, and the prime example is how this show started off, Steve. Akanji, Kovacic, Doku, right? The guy's just a genius. And
there's one thing I need to touch on as well that I think might happen, Got a feeling that Sunday might be Bernardo Silva's last game at the Etihad Stadium.
Yeah.
And I feel like the FA Cup final might be his last game. Now, there was talk of doing something, but I feel like if that's going to happen, we owe Bernardo Silva a lot. This little fella came from Monaco, and he destroyed us in the Champions League the year before. He came from Monaco. He's lived in Manchester. He's been terrored off the team. He's one of the boys. He's got a fucking dog called John Stones. And the amount of goals and things that Bernardo Silva has done for this football club, he'll go down in history as one of the greatest that has ever played.
100%.
And I feel like we need to get the Portugal flags out. I feel like the Bernardo Silva flags or something has to be done for Bernardo Silva to realise how much we appreciate him. Because we've had a couple of heroes left in COVID time. We never gave him the send-off they deserved. I feel like if Bernardo's going, I feel like it has to be somebody has to leak it before Sunday to get behind him, because I feel like we need a Bernardo Silva 10-minute spell where we're singing Bernardo non-stop.
Do you know what? When we signed him, my mate called Ash, who used to play for England schoolboys, messaged me. Because remember, we signed him really early doors of the transfer window, didn't we?
Yeah.
And he messaged me, and it was quite a lot at the time. Was it about 60 million? No, can't have been 60. Maybe it's 40 or 50. It was quite a lot.
The other thing, he killed us, mate. He killed us for Monaco. I was in Monaco, and he ran the show.
Mate,
he ran the show.
Yeah. And my mate messaged me and said, mate, that Bernardo Silva you've got, give him a year or so, but you have got an absolute baller, right? And I actually think he is still at this point. It's mad because if you look at City, people are going to talk on De Bruyne, people are going to talk on David Silva, rightly so. People are going to talk on all these different players. Bernardo Silva's up there, Bernardo Silva is up there because he's been there and he's just missed. You know what? The mad thing is this season he hasn't been as good, but he's still been fucking good. And someone on a commentator the other day said, he is City's extra body, whether it be defending, whether it be going forward. He's always City's extra body. He's just his energy is insane. And we've taken to him, obviously, the way all the players taken to him, but also he got it as well. He really got it with the rivalry against Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? I ain't giving them a guard of honour. Nah, the way he walked away.
I just feel
my
like
City player, probably, to be fair, at the moment. Yeah, he's been unreal, brilliant. Man. Unreal.
Listen, people, we've been here an hour. We don't usually do lives. We thought we needed to do it because, it's been hard to do content for me. I can't lie. And I'm doing these little 20-minute. Yeah, I'm doing these little 20-minute reviews, and I feel like I'm letting people down because I feel like people sometimes get bored with that. And I feel like, and I look at some City channels, no disrespect to them, they're doing the thing, but they've got 100,000 views. This United channel's 100, 200,000 views. I feel like thinking, how's that happening? You know what I mean? We've got a good community here. We need to get behind each other. And then someone said, Steve, you need to go live, man. Go live. People will switch on. They'll be watching the TV. So I am going to try and do it. I am at home here in the man cave, so it's easier. I have to go to the studio.
One day you need to give us a tour. One day do you know what you need to do? Because like you said, the season's ending a bit earlier than it has the last couple of years. We ain't got the Champions League final, right? You need to get your man cave fully sorted, and then you need to do a fucking tour of your man cave, right?
Mate, my man cave's full of shit from all over the world. I'll show you.
I know. Well, I'm just looking behind you. Who's that Pele? Whose shirt's that next to Pele's?
Maradona.
Oh, fucking
De Bruyne and the thing,
Well,
and then on here, you've got Floyd Mayweather, Oscar De La Hoya. And then up here, you've got Grealish's boots, Aguero's boots. You've got every trophy we've won there. We've got the balls and that from Saudi Arabia. We've got Ciroc vodka, Haaland limited edition. That's never been opened. You've got Erling Haaland there. We've got a bit of Pep down here on the fireplace and a City rug.
The rug?
And then in the corner here, Yeah, we've got the European Cup.
There she fucking is.
We've got the Premier League title. And then we've got, what else have we got? Oh, there's all sorts of shit in here. We've got Marco Antonio Barrera and Oscar De La Hoya.
Mate, go below them. Did I see some of them little models as well?
Oh, yeah, there's loads of these little fucking things here, like players. You know what I mean? There's loads of shit in here, mate. But and then they've got me trainer collection down there, but it's a bit messy, so we don't want to see that.
Fucking hell.
So there's loads of them. And then you've got Bobble magazine. I was on the front of a magazine.
Fucking quality.
And then you've got loads of random books and shite and fucking shit. And Diego Maradona candled a lot, man. So we've got it all going on here. So there you go. That's my little man cave.
There we go.
We need to get.
I got it through everyone.
Where's Hatton's? Hatton's gloves up there. And this is my best piece of memorabilia. Wait there.
People, if you haven't, he hasn't asked you once. The like button. Smash the like button.
This is my best piece of memorabilia, yeah. It's the newspaper from Istanbul. The morning we won the league, the Champions League.
Do you know what I've got? I've got loads of newspapers of Franny in.
Franny in, mate. But listen, I got that. Franny in. Man.
I can't remember you getting that, you know.
It was we were sat in some bar, just chilling out on the Sunday. Me and you'd gone for a walk, and there was a newsstand, and I went and grabbed one.
Right. Okay. Well, Sunday.
Listen, all Blues, stay positive. Don't let these bums online drag us down. Don't worry about the 115. There's people in higher places with bigger bank balances than us that are going to deal with that. Enjoy about the game Sunday. Go there. Get all the flags out the window. Get all the fucking scarves out the window. Post them on Instagram. Tag me in every single picture. I want all Manchester blue. I want people driving down streets. I want flags out the window. I want everything. We've waited a long time for it. This is what we need. And go and enjoy it. If you're not watching it, if you're not watching it at home, you're going to the boozer, enjoy it. If you go in Ancoat Square, I'll see you at Ancoat Square. And if you see me in Ancoat Square, come over and say hello. A lot of people say, "Oh, I didn't want to mive you." No one's miving me. Just come and say hello.
Don't touch his back. Don't touch
me back. Yeah. And Wembley next week against United, we're going to break the picture record. That's 348 last time.
Yeah.
We're going for 349.
I'm telling you, I'm going to make that account. Pictures of Steve taking pictures.
Mad, mate, mad. But listen, people, I really appreciate everybody that tunes in. Me and Daps are waffling bare shit, but you know it's real. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe. And please, everybody, spread the love, spread the streams. And I'll see everybody Sunday. Party in Manchester. Manchester City going to win the 4-peat. Good night.